Hello friends, I welcome you all to this online session of a poetry paper BA Part 3, Special English. In the last session, we have completed the first part of the poem The Lady of Shalott written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So let us continue discussing this poem. We have already learned this part first stanza 1 and try to understand the all these things with a critical comment. So we have learned this part first. So let us start with part 2 and stanza 5. So see, there she weaves by night and day a magic web with colors gay. She has heard a whisper say, a curse is on her if she stay to look down to Camelot. She knows not what the curse may be, and so she wept steadily, and little other care hath she, the Lady of Shalott. So this is again the fourth stanza. It continued in the fifth stanza. The fourth stanza discuss with us the character, the Lady of Shalott, and it is a mystery. Most of the people who only heard the echoes of her sound only knows the existence, and therefore they were defining her or they were naming her as a fairy. So in the fifth stanza we continued the same, and author tried to give us more details about the Lady of Shalott. As I told you that this poet is a very interestingly explores the medievalism, and in medievalism you can see the fairy tale or the curses, supernatural elements, many things were there in medievalism. So this is again we read in this fifth stanza that there is a kind of curse on this lady who cannot see down to the Camelot. She is confined only to the work that she has given in that lonely tower, that weaving the web, weaving the magic web. This is what you can see is the image of a Lady of Shalott is created or picturized in these words. So see the summary of it. As we go through the poem, the stanza catches the first details of who the Lady of Shalott is. Of course, yes, in the first part you can see the situation of a Lady of Shalott, her place, Camelot, Shalott, all these things were defined in the pen. We know when we completed the part first, we come to know that there is a place called Camelot, there is a place or island called Shalott, and there is one lady that is entrapped in the tower of Shalott, and the people who were the early reapers in the fields of barley, they only has have heard the songs, echoes of her sound, so they think that she is a fairy. So all these things, all this context, all these background is created in a first part, and in the second part, and with the fifth stanza, you can see the poet is more particular about the Lady of Shalott. He is exploring, he is defining the characteristic of Lady of Shalott. He is describing or creating a picture of Lady of Shalott. When we read the stanza fifth, we can visualize the image of Lady of Shalott, who is sitting on a high in a tower, weaving a web, magic web, uh, looking sad. In fact, we can imagine that also. So as we go through the poem, the stanza catches the first details of who the Lady of Shalott is. She is a woman who busies herself in a weaving a magic colorful web. So all of we are also very much busy in weaving a magic colorful dreams, web of dreams. So similar thing is happening here. She has been cursed with a curse she doesn't know the consequences of. All she does know, however, is that she is not to look down from her towers at Camelot if she wants to be protected from this curse. So this is what is the precondition of this curse. If she looks down to Camelot, the curse will fall on her. So this is what she knows, and therefore she is not looking at the Camelot. We are also told that she focuses her life on her weaving, not giving anything around her care in the world, mainly because there is nothing else to keep her busy. So she is only busy in weaving a magic web, and she is not giving importance to all other things in the world. She is only confined to her work. She is, in fact, entrapped in her own tower. So, this is what the summary of stanza 5th. Let's continue with the analysis. See, every individual has a web of thoughts and ideas that they are busy with on daily basis. Of course, yes, all of we are web the web of thoughts and ideas. We never express it. We suppress it in the that safe zone, that the bubble. Alfred Lord Tennyson defined it. So, like the Lady of Shalott, we busy ourselves with weaving them in a routine like rituals every single day. So we were doing all these things every single day. We were weaving, but we were not. We were get busy ourselves with the routine life. We wake up in the morning. We go to the college or office or and came back and sleep. So this is kind of a routine. We never do or never step out of the routine. It is also very interesting to know that when we read about an absurd plays or absurd philosophy, absurd means meaningless. There is a cult of philosophy in the modern period of a English literary history. In this philosophical cult, that is an absurd, meaningless, they define life as a meaningless. So, and it is a ritualistic. It is many things are repeating again and again. We were trapped in rituals, routine rituals. So this is what, and when we step out of this routine, you can see we lost the meaning of life. Similarly, when the actor is out of its setting, you can see he is meaningless. Similarly, if you see a person costumed like a ram and he is wandering on the uh, veranda of Palus College, you can see there is no meaning to this ram. But if you see him in a setting, you can see you will assume him as a ram, real ram. So this is what you can see. Actor out of his setting is meaningless. Man out of his routine is meaningless. Similar thing we were doing. So this Lord Alfred Tennyson is also suggesting the same thing, that what we were doing, we were making busy ourselves with a meaningless routines. Waving the magic web is a meaningless routine. And what why we were making ourselves busy with all these things, because we want to escape from the dreams that we have suppressed in our uh, bubble, in the safe zone. As humans, we let doubt be the unknown curse that threatens to ruin our normalcy and ritualistic life. So, this is what we always have a doubts in our minds, that unknown curse that threaten to ruin our normalcy and ritualistic life. Of course, yes, this COVID situation is also a like a curse on us that has disturbed our normalcy. So the doubt that anything other than what we know to be real and true can also become a reality that is achievable if only we take the risk to try. So, of course, we never try to risk our lives, never try to risk our normality. We always embed deep into the routine life. We never go, we never do something new, innovative. We always go with the routine. So now, much like the lady, we like to stay in our gray comfort zone. So we don't care to try risking the peaceful routine with all that awaits us in our Camelot. Of course, yes, we never risk the peaceful routine that we were following for years, and we never go to the Camelot. Same thing is happening with us. What we have done, we have completed our schooling, then we go to the junior college, then we go to the senior college. All this is just the routine that is followed by the elders. This is the same routine followed by the friends, peers. So we were following it. Is there any purpose to following this routine? No, absolutely no. Because we never think, or we never think in the term that after completing this graduation, I will do this or I will become this. So this is also just a routine. Hearing the online lectures or bunking online lectures are also the routine of our life. So what we do, we always live in the life of a routine. We never step out of that routine and always confined ourselves with the routine life, because that is a safe thing. Or if one day in the morning when we wake up and we reject the routine life and start, we think that we will do something new or innovative here, you can understand that there is nothing to do new, or there is nothing innovative to do, because we never think in that term. So we don't want to risk that meaninglessness, so we try to find the meaning in the routine, and we never try to realize the dreams that we have suppressed within us. So this is what uh, the fifth stanza speaks about. Then stanza number 6: and moving through a mirror clear that hangs before her all the year, shadows of the world appear. There she sees a highway near, winding down to Camelot. There the river eddy whirls, and there the surly village curls, and the red clock of market girls pass onward from Charlotte. So this is what the stanza number 6. This is depicting that Lady Charlotte look at the world through a mirror. So this is, again, you can see, we are not watching or we are not viewing the reality, but we were trying to realize it in a reflection. So reflection is removed from the reality. So this is what stanza 6 continues in giving the readers a little insight into the character of the Lady of Shalott. Here we learn that she owns a mirror that hangs in front of her as she waves and try to look at the Camelot, or the highway that passes to the Camelot. The interesting quality of the mirror is that it shows her shadows of world around her. So the images are unclear or blurred from his mirror. She can get a glimpse of the whirlpool in the river and some people. So this is what you can see. The interesting quality of the mirror is that it shows her shadows. It is not showing, even you can see, it is a twice removed from the reality. First it is in what she is doing, she is watching into the mirror, and she is not watching the real people, but she is watching the shadows of real people. So this is what the twice remote from the reality. This is again our engagement with the world. What we were doing, we tried to wear a spect that show us the reality that we want to see. So from this mirror she can get a glimpse of the whirlpool in the river and some people. There are various kinds of people that the Lady of Shalott can make out in her mirror of shadows. Some of them, these people, are depicted as uh, impolite and rude, most probably describing the peasants. Others are described to be girls from the market who are passing by Charlotte wearing red cloth. So this is what you can easily understand this stanza. See the analysis of it. It is a very interesting one. This is where things get interesting. The Lady of Shalott is given a mirror that allows her to glimpse outside her towers only through the shadows or blurry pictures that it displays. So, this mirror is an extremely important symbol here. It presents the perceptions, views, biases, and experiences in our lives that shape what we see. So this is what we have created. How we get a perception when we observe the things, when we try to know the things. We create the perception with the others opinions, with the things that we experience. We create a perception, views, biases we create through this experience. So we never see situations or events in life for what they are. We can only understand them through our understanding of what happened, and what will vary from person to person. So this is what is the thing. What we were doing, we were not looking at naked reality, but we were looking at our perception of the world. We were judging the things with our perception, with our thoughts, with our understanding, with our knowledge, and with the help of that we try to assume the things. Understand the word, I am using the word assume. We were not reaching toward the truth, but we were assuming the truth. So this is what the reality that we were doing. While we sit still in our comfort zone, that is a shallot, weaving or daily routine, we look through this mirror to see if we can see what awaits us outside. So this is what is again a fear in our mind, but at the same time we are also hoping for that dream. So this is a kind of a state of the emotion that we are trapped in. Another reason the images are blurry is that we can't truly know what is there until we take the risk to go out and see for ourselves. So this is what is again discussed here. What is it? It suggests that the blurry image, it is blurred. We cannot see it. We see the shadows because it is hidden out of our comfort zone. And when we take a risk and step out of that comfort zone, then only it is possible for us to experience the reality, experience the truth. Until then, we can only guess through the shadows, that is the perceptions and bias that we do see in our mirror. So this is what is the thing, really reality of our lives also. Of the people we see through the mirror are those who are rude, those who have complete opposite comfort zone than us, and the market girls who can easily represent those people who pass by our Charlotte with no interest in who we are, but have eye only for traveling, taking risk, and not just building their Camelot, but striving to live it in it too. So this is what you can see, the representing all these things. So this is the stanza fifth, sorry, sixth. In this session, we completed the stanza fifth and stanza sixth of part two. We understand that in stanza fifth, author, the poet, gives us more information of this Lady Charlotte. We know that she is entrapped in a tower. She also carries one curse. She cannot look down at the Camelot. She can look, because if she look down at the Camelot, she will get, the curse will fall on him, on her. Another thing is that she get busy in weaving a magic web with colors gay. That is thoughts and ideas that we generally weave in our lives. This is what we learn in the fifth stanza. Sixth stanza continued the description of the Lady Charlotte, who is sitting in the tower and looking at the world through a mirror. And the reflection she gets from this mirror is also in the form of a shadows. It is a blurred vision. So you can understand that this is what we generally do when we look at the world. We never think about the naked reality or never get the naked reality of the world, but we try to assume the truth. We judge it with the perception, we judge it with the biases, and we try to understand the world with own knowledge. So this is what we were doing in general. So this Lady Charlotte is also doing the same thing. So till now, in the sixth stanza, you can see the Lady Charlotte represent a common man and women, and as she is entrapped in her own safe zone, she fears a curse will fall on her. So she only looks toward the world through her mirror that also shows a shadows or the blur images, because it is also denoted that these images are blur, because it is suggested without stepping outside the safe zone nobody can see the real world. So this is what the dream that one wants to realize. So this is what we learned through the stanza number 6. So we will stop here and continue the same in the next session. Thank you for listening.